Welcome back, everybody. I just got off from work and I was going through a lot of my messages on the videos I just uploaded. And guy that comes to my chat and always in my channel, and I love it, said I would like to see mod reviews on old iron you use, unless it's private. Well, I can do that. There is a lot of mods that I use as private. I've had them for a long time. There's some that isn't. So what I'm gonna do is, it's almost lunch now. I'm eating I just cut up some stuffed bell peppers that I made. So I'm kind of eating. So I'm just gonna kind of go nonstop. This is gonna just be informal as can be. Just me enjoying myself, and I love my subs and the people who views my videos. Absolutely. You're contributing to my channel, so if you got any questions, and if there's any way that I can help your gameplay out, I want to do it. So one of the first ones up. Okay, so here's one of the mods I use. I'll show it right now. Episode 213, Sycamore by Scooter's Workbench. Old iron waits no more. So let's get into it. So I'll skip the intro. Hello, welcome back here. So used to my videos look like this, starting and ending. I did something. This Alice in this trailer is by Scooter's Workbench. This is way back from a long time ago that this was done. Scooter helped get me my start in Old Iron. It was my love, and he gave me a bunch of mods to try out. Told me I had to keep them. I couldn't share them because they was not ready to release. So anyway, this is for the Sycamore. This is an official release by Scooter. Really soon. I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to give you an up-close shot at it. That's what it looks like. Show you in the shop. So if you go to Moore's, I'll just let him talk. Here in the back. So you can tell it's got the little skid plates to run along the ground and stuff and all that, and it does have the sickle bar, the gears that you can see. There's no other options other than that, but you really don't need it. So I can get off. So this is it right here. I think this is the Farmall here. It's I'm using the controller, so left bumper and X, or left bumper and A to unfold it, and then left bumper and B to lower it, and left bumper and X to get it started. So far, the only issues I've had is just me and my driving. This is the Farmall here. Now with the Farmall, it actually sets up in the air. There is Farmalls that's available on modhub.us. I'll see if I can find some for you. But as you can see, the Sycamore works just fine. I got pretty close up to the fence. The only thing you can see how close, and even with the Sycamore out here, if you notice, if you watch to the left side of the tractor, you'll see it cutting up next to the fence. Up and get over it too far. I don't know why, because this is not that wide. It's not a crazy cutter or anything like that. This is just around the farm. This is a J&J farm. It's fixing to be released here pretty soon. J&J Farm's already been released. Another whip, which we're all going to be enjoying here really soon. This was the most live map there was to me in this game, period. But and Johnny brought a lot of that to, and you see how it's up off the ground. And so with a taller tractor with hookups that's actually higher in the air, it's going to set high, but it's still going to cut. It's still going to give you that feel. So here it is with the Alice. Now with the Alice, it sets just right. There is Alice Chandler's that's available on modhub.us. As you can see, it says nice and low. It's down there next to the skid plates. Proper sound. You can see all the animation stuff. Amazing. It's just amazing. Scooter did a heck of a job. He's been sitting on this probably for 3 or 4 months, and then it took a few extra weeks to get it out after this video. But the link for this is in the description of this video, episode 213. It's got fantastic animation. I love that. Of course, your shaft working properly. So I really can't say much more than if you want the sickle, it's going to take you hours to mow any kind of field at all, unless you're doing some really extra small gameplay maps or small. I got one episode of a mining map that I did when I didn't have this sickle. I had a different one, and it literally took me 3 hours. So if you're going to do old iron, don't be concerned about time or money, because there's no sense in it. It's just the experience, the sounds, and everything else that you get. I used to run a sickle more for the state, and that's been a long time ago. That's been about 30, I'm 53, so... That's don't be giving away our age, JD. But as you can see with it mowing... So, you just grab your favorite old tractor out, and I mean, have fun. It's just that simple. It's got a pretty good... So, I mean, you're not going to get a wide cut. It's not... I don't know why, but next to the fence it was cutting over here with the other tractor. Because you can see it doesn't. So, you're not going to be cutting a wide path. But in real life, you wouldn't be cutting a wide path with this small sickle anyway. So, that take care of you if you want a sickle blade to play old iron. Okay, the next one is the Zeal truck. This Zeal truck that I use right here is a private edit. There is some Zeal trucks mods. It's ZIL. That looks a little bit different, but still has the same look. And you can have the Zeal truck. This trailer, I played it in game and it messed up several times. It messed up as far as the showing the animations and all that and more. I had nothing but issues out of this Zeal truck, with this trailer. I really need an old semi-trailer to go with my Zeal truck, and I can't find one just yet. Now, this is the Zeal truck that I do use. I use it all the time, but not this particular one. This one I just kind of got for some eye candy. Perrin did this right here, the collaboration it has. They made me a Kentuckian JD icon, and of course Kaz's and Johnny's and Perrin's, and then they Kaz put it on a side truck. But I love him. I love him dearly, but Kaz and them plays with a lot of stuff that's been modified. And I generally don't. I don't whenever I'm doing old iron. If I'm doing map testing stuff, I want it. I want it tweaked out of this world. But he turned up the speed and everything else in the world. And instead of hauling like 11,000, it hauls over 100,000. But I noticed the speed right off the bat. But you can get this. You can't get this one. If you want this one, then y'all got to appeal to Kaz on TaylorMade Maps. I've asked him to release it to the group, but they're holding it right now. But as far as the one that you can use, this is the exact Zeal truck that I got that was edited to turn into a semi-trailer, and I've had a couple of signs on mine. You got some different pictures here, but it is the Zeal 130, and if you search for it, it will come up. And if you don't see it immediately after that, you can type in Zeal and scroll to you see this picture. Currently at this point in time, I don't know where I'm actually at in the search. Right now it's page 5, but that will change over time. Uh, you have several different configurations that you can use, and I have used this to haul logs before. Uh, I don't have no problem with these poles and stuff. It'll haul a few logs, so if you're just doing a few logs and stuff. But to get it, all you gotta do is come here. I'm gonna grab a copy of this now. Okay, so I'm gonna start me a new text document so I can put the links in my description of my video. Let's see. I'm gonna hold off on the Sycamore because, like I said, you can get that just by going to that one video. I've already got the link for it. Let me see what else I can find for y'all. Okay, the Alice that I have, the WD-45 that I have by Scooter's Workbench, to me is nicer than this one. I hate to say it, but it is nicer, but he has not released it yet, so I can't do nothing about it. I applaud the fact that this one is on modhub.us, and it helps gamers get stuff they want. So you ain't gotta wait for no private release. It is available. So if you want old iron with Alice, you can. Just keep your equipment down really low. I did look at this video here. I think it was 1 minute into it. Alright, a little bit more than that. So, I mean, you can see that he is pulling the baler with it, but as far as actually working it in the field and stuff, I don't know about that. Okay, so I have it, except for where's the back axle, I don't see any comments about this not working. So, I'm going to copy that, put it in my notepad, so you can grab an Alice Chandler. Okay, next up is a Farmall. I do have a Farmall. I don't have one this old. Mine's about like this 806 here, but it once again is private. Now, if you do a search for Farmall, literally, all this is Ravenport. You can see there's a lot. There's a lot of Farmalls. That looks like FS17. So you're going to have about several to choose from. This one really looks nice. I have not checked that out, I don't think. I'll download it just in case. But this one is really close to the one I'm using. I do not see no videos on it. Okay, so other than talking about the steering is too tight, but they said this is how it's meant to be. There's no complaints on it. There is no videos on it, but I will put that in the notepad. So as far as the Cedar goes, if you do a search for Cedar, you're not going to find them. You have to do a search for SZT. There is some pictures on it. As you notice, it shows this right here, this little bar right here. There's a 36 and a 3.68. I actually have this one here. So I haven't tried downloading any of these others yet. But there is videos on it. As you can see, you could stagger them so you can pull even more. There's no comments. Okay, as far as the combines go, it's a Bison. there is a lot of different releases of this. I have this one. And why? Because it's the oldest, ugliest one there is. It's just that simple. There's no comments on it. This is the one I use. So, put that in Notepad. Okay. So if I have a field that's, let's say, medium in size, I always go for this John Deere here on a combine. It's the 8820. I do have a video on it, actually comparing it against some other combines already.
Over it. Good.
So the
John
price
Deere,
is $285.
Can Deere, and they go up to 13.7. The one that comes with this mod is
Okay, it comes with its own header, but if you want, you can put the biggest John Deere header there is in this game on this thing. It has the power to pull it. The only thing is it has the short pipe on it, so it doesn't get out far enough, so you have to back into it. But it also, the capacity of it's really low, so unless it gets edited or something like that. But we're talking about old school turbo, you know. And there's been all kinds of good stuff. Not had no issues, none with this combine. To me, when it comes to old iron or vintage, as far as medium combines, this is it. Straight up. That's why it's in all my videos. I will copy it and I will put it in my notepad. So if you actually want to see it being used, right here is the stream that I was using on. This is my second live stream. It was really bad. But if you look under my live streams, this is it. This tractor right here is a Dutz. I'll bring it up as well. Okay, so the Dutz that I use is right here. It's version 1.0. Still, if you bring up by name, it's still really early in the download, the different downloads that you can get. Has a few pictures on it. If you notice, it has single tires. There's a cab option. And I know you got the slender tires, you got the normal tires, you also got the wide tires. I don't remember if it has dual tires on it or not. Okay, check the video on here. I was coughing every time I tried to say it before. It does have duals that you can put on it. Slender tires. This tractor is awesome. And I mean, it is really, really good tractor. Tons of power. Nice looking setups. Optional cab or roll bar or nothing at all. You have a lot of options. I got it copied. It's one that I use because that's the ones I use. So I'm going to put a link in my notepad. Okay, here's another one. This is a planter, so if you want to plant your corn and root crops and all that. This is also by Scooter's Workbench. This is Switch Touch. I did some old iron gameplay on it, and it was really hard. It's got a lot of mountains and stuff and really tight areas. But it is one of the most beautiful maps there is in this game.
Little 20 or look under combines. It's an old.
And I actually tell in here how to find my truck, how to find my combine.
And
there's a John Deere old iron tractors. Okay, there's
this does corn and
the planter right there. As you can see, it does corn, sunflowers, and all those. Like I said, this is by Scooter. And if you happen to go to JDEP 211 Switch Touch Old Iron Gameplay, be sure to throw me a like. I'll give myself one. A sub if you haven't. And here's the map. Here's the Zillow truck link. Here's the 2-roll planter. and the Alice Chamber tractor that I found for there. So you can get you a few links from here as well. But the Zeal truck, I'm going to regard in my list. The 2-row planter is a media fire link. Like I said, it's by Scooter's Workbench as well. Okay, so I'm going to get this 2-row planter and I will put it in my notepad as well. Okay, so here's another one. I don't remember it looking like this, but I'm going to put this download in it because it has the pack. I've been through 90 pages. If you want to do a search for CSS John Deere or John Deere 60 or 70, you may get different results. The difference in this one is, when I remember when this came out, these was all individual links. The tractors doesn't really have that much of a difference in horsepower or anything else, but it is John Deere's that I use. There is some complaints about Lua errors, but I've never had any trouble with mine. And if this is the original one that I have, the sounds and everything is just amazing with this tractor. So I will put it in the list. Okay, so here's another tractor I use. I actually did a review on this tractor. The reason why I did, it's the only video still in here, 90 something pages into modhub.us. This was back when there wasn't really a lot of options for old tractors, but I felt like
I get allergic smelling. Hey, just adore a big house.
I'll pull that sprayer up
God, I
too.
love you, but give me Buck Avenue.
This is the best tractor there is in this game.
What to call Mr. Haney?
So if you want to see this episode with me actually playing around and joking around and stuff, this is the Ursus tractor. The reason why I love it, it has a front end loader and it's ugly. It's falling apart, but
Oh, Mr. Haney.
it's just to the point. It's so ugly that it's beautiful.
Tractor's awesome. I mean, I love it.
And that has not changed. We're talking about episode 94. Let's see. Okay, so I got 244 episodes now, not counting my daughters and everything else. And this tractor to me is still, after all these episodes, over 100 episodes, is still the best tractor there is in this game for old iron play. I am using it in my streams. I don't use it all the time. The reason why I love this tractor though is because it's just ugly as can be. Simple as that. I mean, it takes farmers got to do what they got to do to get by. If you don't have a lot of money, it might not be in the best of shape, but it's got to hit the field. So it's just comedic, wore out, but it works, you know. And I use it. I have never stopped using this tractor. I still pull it out. I still will use it in my vintage plays a lot. So putting this Ursus in the list. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love John Deere. I love Farmall. I love Alice. I love Dutz. I mean, I don't care. If it's old, I love it. It takes me back. And I don't even care if it's tractors I've never even seen before. It could be something just so old it's not even funny. And I just love old iron. And it's not saying I don't love new tractors. I'm a far hand pretty much. And I get to play on a 6R, 640 John Deere. It's big. Takes forever to wash it. And I mean, air conditioned, the whole thing. Drives easier than a car, front end loader that can pick up some massive stuff. And it's an amazing machine. But I have as much fun, if not more, on this small Kubota tractor. It's open air and stuff. And it's fun. My first tractor was a Red Belly Ford that I used to play on my dad's when I was a kid. And I just love old tractors, small tractors. Okay, this didn't take long to get to it all, but I've had this for a long time. And it's been several releases of it. I mean, there's a lot of releases of this. I'm just on page 3, and here's a release, here's a release. They're all pretty much about the same. I don't know for sure which one of these exactly is the one I use. Mine come from way back. As you've seen, it was like episode 100 that you've seen one in there, or 95 rather. There's been no complaints about this one. It's only 31 megs. Looks just like mine. So I'm going to grab this one. If it don't work, like I said, it's called an IFA W50 sprayer, or just do a search for IFA. So, haven't had any luck finding where I got my spreader from. I do not remember. I have looked on the internet. I have looked at other websites and stuff. This one here is FS17, but it's more closer to what I have. This is pretty much the same thing. It's just it's not as old. It's posted by DYMA123, so it's a bot. There's no complaints. That's probably about the best I'm going to be able to do. Okay, so that's all I could think of at this moment. If there's something else that you're wanting that I use, like I said, I can't think of anything else at the moment. This pretty much takes care of planters, seeders, sprayer, spreaders, the dump truck that I use. I am using a Kraz, but I'm not too crazy about the sound on it. So the ones, the combines that I use, so the stuff that I use that I know works and hasn't given me any trouble, just like the JD plow, it's not on here either. It doesn't hire out well. It's got some errors, and it does weird things to your game whenever you run them. So I'm going to put these in the video. Took me about an hour to do all this. So I'm going to get it's going to take me 2 hours to edit out all the, to cut it to where I'm not actually getting food all on my face or something like that. But this is pretty much most of my setup. The rest of it, a lot of this stuff can be got at modhub.us. That's the main site that I use. And literally, I keep it loaded up in my tabs at all time. It's always loaded. Modhub.us says. And I look at all mods whenever they come in. So every day, about twice a day, that gets refreshed. So once again, Timothy, I hope that helps. As far as actually going in to review them, like I said, I'm just posting the ones that I know that works, the vintage stuff that I use, mainly that I use. I'm still looking for stuff like old trailers and stuff, just like everybody else is. But I really hope this helps you play old iron. And just stay with it. Stay after the mod hosting websites, and just keep your eyes out. If you find something, post in my video. If anybody else has any mod links they think might do good, or you have a video that you want to share of a vintage mod, feel free to post it in my comments. I do not care if you promote your channel. Maybe give my channel a shout out. Send me some subs my way as well. And let's work together.
I don't care if you got 5 viewers or 5,000 viewers. I believe in people working together as much as possible. So be sure to like, share, subscribe. This has been a fun episode. I appreciate, Timothy, you asking me this question and getting to use it. And I hope all these download links help you get to the gameplay that you're looking for. Take care and have fun, everybody.